Okay, randomly, next mic to the nearest person. The guy waving with the jumper on, I'll take a waver. What's your name?
Edward Turner. Hi. Can you just describe the full A&R process from pretty much zero to signing a deal? Because I think we could all do with understanding it a bit better.
I don't make me.
Should we do it as a duo?
Well,
I think you can do it as a two-piece, yeah.
I guess it's all
a double
different.
act.
Or a triple. First you find a manager, then you find the lady.
I guess there isn't one set route. I think what you've got to come up with the idea. You know what you're about. You've got to write some brilliant songs. And that'll help. And you've got to, if you're a band, you've got to start touring. You know, building up that, build a scene around you.
Yeah.
You know, do all of that sort of stuff. You know, record deal might come at the start. It might come further down. The biggest mistake you can make is that the record deal is what you're aiming for. That's one tiny bit in the whole thing. It's everything you do before. It's everything you do after. That's the worst.
We're on the way up here today, Ben and I. We had this conversation about bands signing record deals, and I've signed a bunch of bands in my time, and he has. And the amount of bands that you see them signing on the dotted line, and they just go, yeah, I've made it. And it's not, I mean, literally, and it's, again, another cliche. It is actually the beginning of it all. That's when it all starts. That's when the real hard work starts, and that's when the real madness starts, and everything, and all the creativeness. I think one of the things about the A&R process, I think what you've got to remember is that it shouldn't be a battle. It's often seen as a battle between artists and labels and managers and lawyers and promoters, and everybody's scrambling around. Really, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. And I think as bands and artists and managers and everybody should realise we're all working together. This industry's shrinking on a daily basis. You know, it's falling apart. The thing that we all love, the thing that we're all sat in this room for now, on a beautiful sunny afternoon, is to talk about the thing that we love and about music. And it's all falling apart. But what we need to do, we all get together and we can all make that jigsaw work. And I think what you're saying, what is the A&R process? The A&R process can be anything. But as long as we're all sticking together, as long as you're listening to people and they're listening to you, and you're listening to him and he's listening to her, and we're all listening to each other, then things will move forward, and we can still have success. You lot will all still be in successful bands. Try and make a living out of it. We can all carry on making a facile living out of it or whatever, but we can all have a good time doing it, and that's pretty much all I want to say.
Thank you.
There is a really fascinating point, though, that I'd like to pick up. I guarantee you right now, if we had 1,000 people in different bands and in different areas of the industry on this stage, and you asked every one of them their story, they'd be completely different, wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
Every single person's got an entirely separate pathway into the industry. And actually, for many people, you talk to them about their early days and their first steps and their first gigs and their craziest experiences in freezing cold studios writing their first tunes, and they'll say that those are their greatest memories and those were the best days of their life.